Hey, all right, so we are working on words part 2. This means you have completed all of Unit 1 Part 1. We're at the first page of Unit 1 Part 2, even though it says page 11. It's really supposed to be page 10, but we skipped page 10. For these, you need to think, does my answer make any sense? Ask yourself, does my answer make sense? If your answer does not make sense, it's probably wrong. I repeat, if your answer does not make sense, it is probably wrong. And if you don't make high enough on the quiz, that's probably going to be my first question. Does your answer make sense? Okay, I'm off my soapbox now. If you come tell me that I complain about questions that your answers need to make sense in this video, I'll give you a piece of candy. How old am I if 300 reduced by 4 times my age is 68? There are tons of ways to do these algebraically. Okay, but let's think about this. If I'm 300 reduced by 4 times my age is 68. Sorry, 300 reduced by 4 times my age is 68. Do I know how old I am? No. I know it's 4 times something, right? So 300 minus 4 times something is equal to 68. That makes sense? So algebraically, it would be 300. Sorry, we're trying something new, and of course it's not working. 300 minus Alright, take 2. Let's try again. So 300 minus 4 times something I don't know is in math means equals. Apparently I'm not allowed to draw an equal sign. I can only draw dots. Oh. Nope. Still didn't work. Okay. 300 minus 4 times something is 68, right? So I need to get 4x alone. So I'm going to take off this 300 here. How am I going to get rid of it? I'm going to, oh wait, subtract. It really, okay, am I pushing the button? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm pushing the button. Okay, take 4. So we are going to subtract 300 from both sides. Since I haven't said that yet, I need to erase it so I can rewrite it. So you'll get to see it twice. Maybe I'll just rewind again. Anyway, so I'm going to subtract 300 from both sides of this equation, right? Oh, this is hilarious. This works better with my mouse than it does with a pen in my hand. Okay, so subtract 300 from both sides. 300 minus 300 becomes a big fat 1, right? I saw this on Pinterest today, or yesterday, so we're going to put clouds on it, right? That goes to 0. Oop, don't wiggle it. You want a color on it. That becomes 0, right? 300 minus 300 is 0. So then I've got negative 4x. Actually, I saw it on Twitter. Different place. So negative 68 minus 300. Is that going to be a positive number or a negative number? Think about that. Thinking. Self, what do you think? 668 minus 300, will that be a positive or a negative number? Self says, oh, that should be a negative number. So negative 232, because I use the calculator, because we should have a calculator when we're doing math. They're up on the front table if you don't have one at the moment. So you might want to pause this video and go get one. I'll wait. Okay, hope you unpaused. Now, I have a negative 4 times something, so we're going to divide by negative 4. Divide by negative 4. My 4 made it tiny. All right, so then I've got x equals what? 232 divided by 4, negative 232 divided by negative 4 is, drum roll, 58. Okay, so let's think about this. Is it reasonable? All right, so we're thinking about whether or not this is reasonable. 300 reduced by 4 times my age is 68. Okay, 4 times my age, well, it's about 50 or 60, and 4 of that is what, about 240, right? Because 6 times 4 is 24 out of 0. And then, so 300 minus 240 is 60, right? But then this wasn't quite 60, and that's a little more than 60. So it is reasonable. It's a reasonable answer. All right, so looking at number 2. May spent half of her weekly allowance at the movies. To earn more money, her parents let her mow the lawn for $4. What is her weekly allowance if she ended up with $14 at the end of the week, all right? Okay, so she's got some money. Do we know how much money? No, we do not know how much money. So what do we use when we don't know? We use a variable. Yay! All right, she has her money, right? She spent half of it at the movies. How do we want to do half? We want to divide by 2 or multiply by 1/2? It's the same. It's the same. So she spent half her money at the movies. And then she mowed the lawn. For how much money did she make mowing the lawn? She made $4 mowing the lawn, right? There's some really cheap parents. Or it's a really, really small lawn. I don't know if I'd crank the lawnmower for $4. That's not very reasonable. What is your weekly allowance if she ended up with $14 at the end? Okay. So she got this extra 4, which wasn't part of her original, so we're going to take it away. 4 minus 4. This goes off to 0, right? And then 14 minus 4 is 10. So I have my original allowance divided by 2 is equal to 10. At this moment, you should be thinking to yourself, something divided by 2 equals 10. What is that something? Oh, wait, it's 20, right? So the opposite of division is multiplication. So I multiply both sides of the fraction by 2. Times 2, both sides of the fraction. 2, that becomes a giant 1 right there. That's a 1, right? And then 2 times 10 is 20. Okay, so if I have $20, I spend half of it at the movies, I'm left with 10. My parents give me 4 more. That puts me at 14. So I did it right. Yay! All right, I also want to talk about number 6. This says the sum of 3 consecutive even numbers is 72. The sum of 3 consecutive even numbers is 72. What is the smallest of these numbers? Okay, so let's start breaking this apart. What does sum mean? It means to add, right? What does consecutive mean? 3 and 4 are consecutive numbers. 5 and 6 are consecutive numbers. 7 and 8 are consecutive numbers. Okay, so consecutive is right after one another. And then this one says consecutive even numbers. Okay, so for a number to be even, it has to end in, wait for it, you should know, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, right? It's got to end in one of those numbers to be even. So I could start plugging in numbers in the calculator and trying to figure it out. Or I could do this mathematically or algebraically. All right, so algebraically, my first even number is x, right? And if x is 2, what do I do to 2 to make it 4 by adding? I have to add how much? I have to add 2, right? So if that's my first number, my second number will be x plus 2, right? And then my third number, okay, so if this is 2 and this is 4 and that's 6, what do I have to add to x to make it, if it's 2 to make it 6, I have to add 4, right? Okay, and that is equals, means equals 72. All right, now I can combine like terms and solve this. X plus x plus x, that is 3 x's, so it's 3x. And then 4 plus 2 is 6. Remember, like terms have to have the same variable raised to the same power, same exponent, before we combine them using adding and subtracting. All right, so plus 6, we're going to subtract 6 from both sides. So then I have 3x is equal to 72 minus 6. Dun, 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 dun. I believe that's 64 if I'm not, or 66 if I'm not mistaken. Then I'm going to divide by 3. So 66 divided by 3 is, think about it, 22. So here, it asks for the smallest of the numbers. Is x my smallest number? Yes. Okay. And then to check this, if my first number is 22, my next consecutive even integer is 24, and then the third one would be 26. So I take my handy dandy calculator, and I do 22 plus 24 plus 26. What do I get? I should get 72. I should get 72. All right? If not, something's wrong. You should finish the rest of these, and then you need to take there's more than that. Finish the rest of these. Come check your answers with me, and then get the quiz for words 2. Okay? Come check your answers with me, and then get the quiz for words 2.